Hello. Welcome to the Goods. I know that you have been looking at us wearing our Fly Goods podcast gear and wondering where can we get those. Well, guess what? We have the answers for you. We have it here, Teespring. Go to Teespring and you will find all of this glorious merchandising, from t-shirts to mugs to, well, there's other toys, but we can't talk about that now. Go to Teespring, enjoy our memorabilia. And we're back on Flash.
No substance.
So today's top 5 is a top 5 masked characters in science fiction. So this is gonna actually be a 3-part series that we want to dish out there. It's similar to how we broke the movie/TV vehicles into 2 parts. We want to do the masked characters in 3 parts. So the first part is today. And it's going to be for the sci-fi characters. The second one, look out for, will be for the comic book characters. And then the last one, in time for Halloween, is going to be the horror mask characters.
Right, which is going to be, oh God, it's going to be a nightmare.
I have a feeling that we're going to have the same list.
No, I'm specifically, when we
part.
get to horror, I'm specifically looking at like things that like make it interesting to me as opposed to iconicness of it.
Well, but there's some certain icons that have to make the list, though. Anyway.
We'll see what I do on my list.
Everybody's all, whether they're pro masks now, against masks. Either way, masks are important, so please wear them, even though we're not wearing them right now, but we know where we've been. All right, so Terrence, go first.
All right, so now that we had this whole conversation and masks/helmets is what we...
Yeah, because it was really tough, because you look up the definition of mask and it's basically any face covering, whether it's a mask helmet or just a mask, you just don't know what what it is. So you were right. We pretty much kind of like compromised on this. More you than me.
We compromised because I was trying to make a
me.
statement. It was like it had to be a mask and it couldn't be a helmet, and I had like clear lines to define helmet, but that's fine. This is what you guys are getting. So
Yeah.
Number five, I went with Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe. It's a ninja mask.
Is it science fiction?
It is science fiction because look, in the first G.I. Joe, they had spacesuits that let them do backflips and run through buildings, and they had laser rifles. And anytime that you take a whole bunch of people from different other like militaries and you put them together on a special mission force versus like some made up baddie that has a fetish for cobras, that's definitely science fiction.
And there's no way in hell that
that's not real life. That's science fiction right there.
And there's no way that in hell, like when you have which I know some of y'all ain't gonna get this, but when you have like Globulus, Pythona,
Yeah, I mean,
Nemesis
that's
Enforcer, you're
yeah,
not
from the cartoon.
They're not from around here. Look it up, guys.
The whole genetic thing from Sir Panther.
Go ahead.
But anyway, so the fact that like what made his mask stand out, or his outfit in general, is the fact he was a white ninja. And all the ninjas are always like red or black and stuff like that. Then he was a white ninja and he was a bad guy, which was cool because if you grew up black and they made everything that was bad that was black, to say that the white people are the bad guys, you're like.
But Chuck Norris and good guys wear black. He wore black.
Oh, see, there you go.
It's Chuck Norris.
There you go. Chuck Norris ain't on this list. But no, the Storm Shadow outfit, and
amazing.
his
It's
mask,
awesome.
It actually is it's very iconic. It stands out, and he's the only ninja that I know that's ever done it. So when I saw it as a kid, and even in the films that are going out right now, it just makes you like, that is fucking cool.
Cool. Number 4.
Number
4.
All right, so on my previous list, this was number 1. But now it's at number 4.
Drop that bad.
It dropped that back because
All
there
right.
were some other things that I wanted to maneuver in here.
Okay.
But we will go ahead and put it at number 4.
All right, let's go.
It is the woman traveler mask from Total Recall. Because that is a mask. He's wearing a mask that he takes off. It's not a helmet because it's fleshy and it's a real person.
You're not wrong.
It is a mask, and the fact that it's the whole like what makes it really cool is when it goes through the malfunction of it. One, the fact that it's like a perfect Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible should have been on here. How did we not do that? It goes through the perfect Mission Impossible, like everything lines up. And for a dude that's like 6'5" and like ripped,
Like 270.
yeah, he went to looking like this overweight lady with no problem. So the fact it does some Mission Impossible, make your body fit the face, and the fact the way it malfunctioned made this was like an amazing mask for science
ready
fiction.
for a surprise!
And then it blows up and everything. It was great. If you haven't seen the original Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, watch that just for that one scene. The part when he runs through with the gun too, that's also an awesome scene. But the mask when he first gets busted.
And 3 boobs.
And so just watch the whole movie. All right. Number 3!
Number 3. How do you forget 3 boobs from Total Recall?
All right, so I went to, what did I go for number 3? Yeah, so what did I go for number 3?
Number 3, all right.
There you go, number 3. I went with the, since we're including helmets, I went with Kylo Ren's mask. For me, and I know you guys are gonna say it, for me,
okay,
it is a great mask, but the fact that it was a play on Vader's mask, overall, Vader's mask is iconic. I don't think it's a great mask anymore. When I was a kid, it was a great mask because I hadn't seen anything like that. But now through the world of Star Wars and all the other different masks they've given us, like your Death Troopers, like the new look Stormtroopers, like Captain Phasma's mask, and so on and so forth, they've gotten better with how they design these things and making them look more. But the way that his mask looks in kind of bringing Vader and then taking like the newness of where they're at right now and kind of meshing it together. It's an awesome mask. I love that mask, which is why I was really upset when they took when Rian Johnson took it off of him in the second part of the new trilogy. I was great when they got it back on him because it made his character work. All right.
Okay, so real quick,
Okay.
it brought a lot more. The hood made it stand out a lot more when he put the hood over the mask.
I was
over the
fine
helmet.
with it down.
It was better. I thought that it gave the character more of more substance with it when he put the hood over it. That's one. 2, they killed it once they crushed it and
And then like
he's the supreme leader
he
of the First Order.
DIY'd it back together.
He's the supreme leader of the First Order, and they can't afford to make him another mask,
Look,
completely brand new
They're
mask.
on a budget. They got Star Destroyers like sitting over.
Do
in the
you
middle
know
of the
how much money
galaxy.
they lost
Yeah, exactly.
on that big ass Death Star?
They're not collecting taxes anymore in the galaxy. Dude, they on a budget. They got people to feed.
What
They
was
got a
that?
whole crew of people.
What was that space station called?
Which space station?
The new
Oh,
Death
Star Killer Base.
There you go.
Yeah.
So they lost all that money on
Yeah,
Star
but it
Killer
blew
Base.
up. It's like, dude, they got debt right now. It's like, build me another mask, sir. We don't have it in the budget. Hold on. Let me get my blowtorch. Let me weld it together. But anyway, it's a great mask.
Okay.
And I think for this generation and what it appeals to me, like I said, Vader's mask was cool when I was a kid. Now I just think Kylo's got a better mask.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
All right, so number 2, I went with the Predator mask.
Very nice.
The Predator mask. For the simple fact that, one, you thought it was a complete helmet, and then it's actually just a face part, and it baffles me how it stays on.
Why?
Because it looks like it just is it a suction to the face?
No, it's more like a magnetic thing. He's got like little.
He's got
things
little.
in it.
Okay, he's got.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but it always baffled me. Like, how
Oh
does
wait,
it stay on?
it's also connected because he's got all those pipes and everything. That's for him to breathe, he has all of that.
I mean, just like I've seen people with dreads, they can't really wear.
That's a good point.
So it always baffled me how it worked. But its look and design was not only like it was cool, it was super high tech, but it was also like scary. It was like it had a defined face, but then kind of faceless at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it made you think you were looking at your enemy, but not really, because you knew it was a metal. You knew it was something that was covering his face, and you were just kind of wondering what was under it. But the fact that it gave him did a little infrared thing, it brought out the little eye laser. Oh no, he had a gun for the little laser thing before he shot it. But that mask is an amazing mask, and you would figure that we would see some more designs and stuff in that vein, like we were talking about Kylo and Vader, but nobody seems to want to try to imitate that mask or try to like
true, but you have seen different variations of the
in Predators
in the Predator franchise. In the Predator franchise, you see different variations of how like the
but it hasn't carried out to other things.
That's true. You're right. Like the teenagers have certain styles, and then like the older they get, like their masks become a little bit more advanced.
Okay. All right. So
that I've seen. All right, number one.
no one. All right, so since we're going back to including helmets, but this one,
Lord Helmet.
Lord Helmet. This one I kind of thought about. And it's like maybe it can work as a mask because it is literally just the top part. And it doesn't, well, no, it connects on both sides. It's really a helmet. Sorry, guys.
I'm going to take
Robocop's helmet. Because I was thinking, I was like, it's really just the front part, but no, he undoes it at the sides. And then he has to take the back off and the front off at the same time.
No, the back stays, doesn't it? Yeah, the back stays. It's just the top part.
No, no, I'm not even wearing my Robocop shirt.
Yeah, because it stays like this, and he's bald right here, and then
okay, then we're gonna call it a mask because it only comes off in the front. It's a visor, but also too, it gave him his prime directives. It gave him all his heads-up displays. Made him look cool as hell. Made him look cool as hell.
Great character design.
That sat right here. All you saw was his lips. And then you were just wondering like what was behind the mask, and the mask told a story about like it kept him looking like calm and collective, well, because he was a cyborg, but calm and collective, but also too, it made you like, don't mess with me type deal. It was. I'm thinking
especially if you're using a woman as a shield.
True. Don't. When Robocop says put your gun down, put your gun down.
Put your gun down. Let the woman go.
Yeah, please, because you don't want to be ballless at that point. But that's my top 5.
My number 5 starts with the Wraith. Awesome character, awesome mask. Charlie Sheen, the car is amazing. It actually made my top 5 movie cars. But the character design and with the mask and everything, it was basically a big motorcycle mask. But the entire outfit, and it just brought them the outfit out. I love that character.
You are the only person that vividly remembers the Wraith.
I love the Wraith. If you guys have not seen the Wraith, check it out. Best car ever.
All right.
Number 4 is the freaking Death Trooper mask. Death Trooper character from Rogue One.
See, dude, I like the designs in Star Wars for this series.
Awesome. And you're right though, because when you have like
they
the
become
different
more
variety,
grown up and more like complex.
Yeah, but they really do look like a little bit more of an advanced level of stormtrooper or even a clone trooper. Everything is just a lot more advanced, and they're just merciless. They're ruthless freaking troopers, and real precise when it comes to how they shoot. They actually hit people, unlike the stormtroopers. But the green lenses it's just a freaking awesome character, led by Krennic.
Why don't they just train the stormtroopers like the Death Troopers?
That's a damn good point.
I mean, they were like
they were on Alderaan. When all this shit happened,
so
damn it!
We got no more Death Troopers.
All right.
The red Sith troopers, they got all these other bands, but yet they keep sending out the regular white stormtroopers to do all the dirty work and die. It's like the red shirts from Star Trek.
All right, number 3. My number 3 is also Robocop, and you are absolutely on the money about everything that you said about it. But the one thing is, when he's fighting Ed 209, and the mask breaks, and you see the human side of Murphy still in there. And it just goes to show that Murphy is really there. Murphy's in there, So I like that about it. I thought that the visor, all of that was what made him RoboCop.
Yeah.
But when you see the eye, it's really Murphy's soul, Murphy, himself.
It weirded me out when seeing the eye because I kept thinking like he was just reading, but like when the eye was actually exposed, he was kind of like, oh shit, I gotta use these. It's like I gotta look around. I gotta look around here. So like it kind of threw me off. It's like, oh, he's like really trying to look with the eyes. It's like, is it not being projected into his eyes, but it's being projected on the visor itself? So I don't know.
Yeah, because when he finally does take it out and they're out there in that.
That's right. He still does have it. That's right, because she has to figure out his targeting system.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, yeah.
But he at the tail end of RoboCop, he's Murphy, flat out, because you see Peter Weller's face and everything.
Right.
But when he has it on, that's the duality of that character as far as RoboCop versus Murphy.
Okay. So it kind of made the visor kind of makes him a superhero because he really didn't need the visor.
Right. Exactly.
Right, okay.
All right. Number 2.
Number 2
is also the Predator mask. Dude, metal, sleek metal, freaking sweet ass, freaking shape of the eyes. Just works perfectly there. he gets to see everything infrared with it, because it changes. Like when you remember when he wants to read, like, okay, I want to see what you got against Dutch, and he takes it off. You see how it changes his vision.
Yeah.
You completely see how it changes his vision to where what he really sees compared to and I
kind of fine tunes everything down so that way he could focus better.
Yeah, because when he's in survival mode and he's in hunting mode, he wants, his camouflage is also his eyes. He has to camouflage his eyes too. So he has to go with the environment, and that's where the infrared helps. And I think that's one of the things that I like about the mask too, that it helps him with the infrared.
Right.
And it makes him a more efficient killer, a more effective hunter.
Yep.
It's
scary.
It's just freaking awesome, yeah, man.
Scary.
And shout out to the Predator, because he was on our weapons top 5.
It wasn't like, it's like he keeps making out he's gonna be the new Heat.
All right, yeah, he's in everything. And Departed.
And Departed.
Number 1. You say it's iconic, yes. You say that it's boring, yes. But damn it, it's Vader. Darth Vader is one of the most complex mask characters ever, and his mask is freaking everything that hides the fact that he is Anakin Skywalker, just the way we talked about just right now about Robocop, the difference between Robocop and Murphy. This was the difference between Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. When you're watching Revenge of the Sith and Palpatine is telling them, Lord Vader, go do what you gotta do, whatever, you can't see it. That's not Vader.
Right.
It's not Lord Vader. He is not officially Vader until the mask comes down, and then, yes, you're right, he does have a helmet, but it's his mask that comes down. It's his mask that's more iconic than anything, and, all of that torment, the pain, the guilt, everything is hidden behind that mask. It's what fuels his rage. It's what makes him freaking, all about the dark side. I'm going Vader all day.
I agree. Kylo's is better.
All right. Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Man, I have a ton of stuff actually. Immortan Joe from Fury Road, from Mad Max Fury Road, actually did put Snake Eyes, because we had an argument about whether Snake Eyes was wearing a hood with a metal visor on the front or a helmet. I still feel like he's wearing a helmet, but
he's not wearing a helmet. He puts
fabric,
it on.
a fabric.
Okay, let me ask you this.
You feel like just if he was running, that thing would be like bring in his face or like hanging down?
No, because it's part of the mask. Do you think Spider-Man is a mask character?
Yeah, but he ain't got a metal visor on.
It doesn't matter. He's got.
There's a difference.
Those aren't his eyes. Those aren't his eyes when you're looking at Spider-Man.
He ain't got a metal visor on. This movie I looked up just simply because the mask was cool. I have not seen it. I tried to watch it and the special effects were horrible. But it still was a cool mask, and that was the Cyber Ninja mask, the mask that he wore, where he had like these little red eyes and a little cool like little metal cyberpunk, I guess it would be cyberpunk, or a little high-tech little face mask, and like he was doing ninja stuff, and the other villains that he was fighting were throwing like laser. It was really dumb, but the mask was really cool.
And what's that?
It was real, huh?
And who was that?
It was called Cyber Ninja, and it was the mask that he wore.
From what?
The movie's called Cyber Ninja.
The movie's called Cyber Ninja.
It's called Cyber
cool.
Ninja.
Hey, you know what? You actually threw out my Sword and the Sorcerer. I'm gonna give you shout outs on this one.
By the way, hey, I've still never seen this movie. I'm not gonna watch it because it looked like crap for the 5 minutes that I watched it. And my last one, which was funny, is Geordie LaForge. With his little visor that he goes across.
It counts.
It's hiding his eyes. It's a mask.
It counts. All right. Hey, if it works for Robocop, it counts.
All right. Exactly, right?
All right. My honorable mention, obviously, is Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
/ mask helmet, right?
Okay.
Right. Boba Fett, obviously, he should actually be in the top 5, but how did the Wraith beat Boba Fett? That's what
I don't know. I don't know. You felt like
I didn't want to put too much Star Wars on there, so that's
what I was afraid this was gonna be. If we included helmets, it was gonna be top 5 Star Wars helmets.
I'm going Kylo Ren. Obviously,
Okay.
You got that. Okay, so I'm going back and forth on this, and you agreed, but I was having trouble with Darkman.
I believe Darkman is a good pick. Darkman's a good pick.
He is a scientist. It's not science fiction, but it's got science in it.
Yeah, it's got science in it.
But that character is just freaking awesome, man. And then, I mean, you just see a little bit of his burnt face exposed with the teeth, and Liam Neeson just kills it as that character.
The whole movie's a mask because
he's always changing it.
He's always changing it, and also two, when he has just the wraps on it, I guess that his bandages are a mask to hide his face, his disfigured face, right?
Yeah.
So
it
I
does
think
count.
that does count.
Okay,
That
cool.
actually-
I'm
that
throwing
counts.
Darkman in.
Okay.
And top 5 poster for me. One of the best posters I've ever seen. And then going back with Clue
Okay.
from Tron Legacy, which was way better than actually seeing Jeff Bridges in that horrible makeup. I mean, not makeup, but the CGI was not very good. It was
early.
Cushing was a little bit better.
Dude, can we get like a Disney redo on that? Like if they redid that movie now with the CGI that they've learned.
The Clue cut.
Yeah, the Clue cut.
Release the Clue cut.
If they could redo that right now with what they've learned in CGI, that would look amazing, right?
But Clue, when he's on the Tron cycle and he's got his helmet on, that mask that he has, the helmet mask that he's got, it's freaking awesome.
One thing I thought was cool that they paid attention to details when the mask dropped. You could see his hair move.
Oh yeah. That's good detail.
I've watched it quite a few different times, but you could literally see his hair kind of like drop when they removed the mask. So I thought that was kind of cool that they kept that type of detail with it. But it's helmet.
All right, and my last one, I'm gonna throw it out there for you. The Guyver, Mark Hamill.
Oh, I didn't even think about the Guyver. See, this is why So
It's okay.
it's a biosuit, but so is Robocop, I guess.
Watch the Guyver. Mark Hamill.
I don't know what to say about it because it's not really a mask.
Well, take us home then. You don't know what to say.
All right, so look, we knew that this was gonna cause a lot of controversy and that these lists were probably not gonna be what you guys had in your top 5, which is great because we have a comment section and you guys can put your top 5 lists in the comments below.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, please do. Also, too, like he said, we're gonna be doing 2 other top 5s that kind of follow along the same path. They're gonna be just as bad. So be on the lookout for those. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you're aware of when they drop.
All right, for Astronaut, where the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night, or they don't have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it.